3, 2,
This is
1.
courtesy by Chipsel, as charted by the IMO Greatest Charter, Rewarder Drawer.
Pending.
So I'm going to spend the entire time talking about how great this song is.
I mean, this song is fantastic. You can't really say the song is bad. Unless you don't like chiptune, I guess.
Yeah, well, if you don't like chiptune, you're wrong. Anyway, this song is, its difficulty mostly comes from, so you'll notice that most of these patterns are like simple 3- and 6-note patterns that sort of repeat. The difficulty of this is more or less repetition of fast movement that happens in a simple pattern. So you really only need to learn like 4 or 5 different patterns that are altogether not very complex. So you can grind out like the pattern that takes less than a second to actually play, and then you're just doing it over and over again. So this is one of those perfect practice makes perfect sort of songs. Now, if you see a miss out of G4 in the match note section, leading into the second drop.
Yeah, it is a little unfortunate. G4, like I said, a very, very good officials player, and his journey into customs is honestly at its very start. G4, probably not as familiar with a lot of the charting styles of the popular charters as Prague is. And it's very possible for Prague to take this match, despite maybe not being as, in quotations, good as a player. It is very hard to rank rhythm game players in general.
Right, and Prague is on FC pace. All right, now we're getting to the... this section does involve a lot of drift. So you do need to be careful for that. Prague does reset. So this section is actually relatively easy, but it is super chokeable. If you miss one note, because of how densely packed the match notes are following a tap, if you miss one note, you essentially miss 2 notes, and that's a full score reset, which we did see out of Programmatic. So that puts them sort of on the same level. I believe it's a 200 feet lead for G4 right now. Maybe it's slightly more because of desync.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Now, it does seem that... Wait.
Oh, we did see another miss out of G4. That pulls the lead back into Programmatic's camp. It's super tight right now, and this is one of the hardest sections. This is an easy section to choke. This, like the second drop, it's a lot of just repetitive motions, but the motions, the simple patterns here are some of the hardest in the song. And we did see another miss out of G4. So all Programmatic needs to do is full combo. He is ahead on pace right now. If he combos the outro, I think there's nothing that G4 can do at this point to recover. Yeah,
especially with Programmatic is a very accurate player. Even if he's not if the song's in his FC skill range, he will FC with very high accuracy.
Yeah, so it's more of a high floor, low ceiling sort of situation for Programmatic, and the round 1 charts are definitely going to fall within lower bounds of Programmatic skill range, and he does, with that exception to that one miss in the high-pitched chiptune section, does full combo the song with like 4 goods, and will take the set up 1-0.
All right, Andy Sara has sent me the alignment chart because we could not find it, so that I can show you. I will put it in the player lounge as well, so any players can gaze upon it. I'm not quite sure who made this, however, I do agree with it. Yeah, now we do have Judge and Lawful Evil, and that is definitely the best way of describing Judge's charts, because he does stick to the conventions. However, yeah, those charts are mean.
I still haven't found it. I still haven't found the alignment chart.
I put it in the player lounge.
Oh, never mind. Okay, well, I found it anyway. Yo, how is Darnock in neutral evil? How is Darnock not in chaotic?
Because Ambi exists, and if you have played Ambi's charts compared to Darnock's, Darnock's charts look standard compared to Ambi's.
Fair.
Now, while Darnock is evil in his charting style, and definitely doesn't chart standard, I do believe the reason he was placed into neutral is because his charts aren't there to, like, just be hard as a joke, kind of. Like, Ambi doesn't chart as a joke, but he charts a lot of stuff that people just don't want to play. Like, he charts a lot of tap streams, which are just not really a word spin rhythm players want to hear.
See, I don't know. See, the thing is I don't think that Darnock's charts are evil, though. But I do think that they're chaotic. There's definitely, like, a flagrant violation of the rules. In fact, some of the most egregious rule violations are named after Darnock. However,
I think it's only one that's been named after him.
Okay, there is a flagrant violation of the rules, intentional backward spins, that is named after Darnock. However, his charts aren't evil. I would have placed Darnock in chaotic neutral.
You think he'd be chaotic neutral?
I think he'd be chaotic neutral, and I think that the chaotic neutral person here would actually be a neutral evil.
You think I'm neutral evil? All right.
I think you're neutral evil. I think that you chart weird shit for shits and giggles. Not maybe it's weird as Ambi, but...
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Honestly...
we're playing the weekend.
We are playing the weekend, and oh man, I could not wait for the weekend to begin this week. I was so excited for this. And also...
same, actually.
It's been so long, I guess, waiting for this tournament to happen. And we're finally here. Winding down the day. We are in the final stretch. We've had some great matches, and these last two should be bangers as well. Starting off with, in my opinion, a bit of an upset. I did kind of expect G4 to show some dominance. Just based off of the things G4 has charted and claimed to be able to hit, quote, just fine.
I don't know. See, like, I think that the way that this tournament is framed, where the charts move up tiers in linear difficulty, definitely rewards different skill sets as we advance through the tournament. So the charts in round 1 are no more difficult than 28. I think 27 is the peak for round 1 charts, with some crossover in round 1, round 2 in the 28 difficulty range, right?
Yeah.
And most of the top level players can hit those charts with, more or less, perfect accuracy. And so what's being rewarded there is the consistency of the player. So a more consistent player is going to beat maybe a higher skilled player when the higher skill cap doesn't actually matter. So if Programmatic is sort of this, machine player that just peaks at difficulty 40, for example, well, being a machine at the 28 difficulty is better than being human at 28, just all the time.
That is true. Yeah, being able to have incredible accuracy, as Programmatic is demonstrating right now, compared to G4, who, while he doesn't appear to have dropped his combo, has missed. He has lost his FC marker. That kind of completely slipped my mind, but we are still seeing PFC pace from Programmatic. Going into the last bit of the song, Programmatic is still absolutely killing it.
And what was missed by G4 then? Was it
it's going to be a release? Yeah, and that's really unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Fortunately for him, it's the least consequential of all possible misses. So
it's the only equivalent to like 4 lates, right?
It's equivalent to missing the value of 1 note, but it doesn't actually break combo. So any miss by Programmatic will be more consequential than, and it's actually the equivalent of two lates, because a late halves the value of a note. So it's as if he missed the note completely.
Complete.
And I
No.
think that's it. PFC
Frog
for
did not.
Programmatic.
He did not PFC. That's so
look at that
unfortunate.
outro. Oh
But
my
he
God.
is still going to win by about 700 points. It looks like.
It looks like there was an outright
700.
miss. And we
Wow,
just
he's
missed.
only going to win by about 50 points. That's incredible. Prague
Wow.
still wins, but wow, that's got to be heartbreaking for him just for personal accomplishments.
He almost PFC'd.
Almost.